We are using our voices to express our frustration and anger at what's happening in this country right now. Donald Trump doesn't respect the Constitution. He doesn't respect the courts. He doesn't respect Congress. You know, we have a system of 3 branches of government, and he thinks it's all about him and that he can just, you know, rule the whole thing like a king. So that's why we have the theme out here, no kings. We don't have kings in this country.
I'm here to support all the undocumented immigrants who work really hard and help our economy and been mistreated really badly in this country. And I'm here to be their voice. Originally, I am from Iran and I was a political activist, and I was a refugee to Europe. And then I migrated to United States myself about 30 years ago. And I know the path was very difficult, but back then we didn't have all this rhetoric, and I was supported through United Nations. And because of that, I had the opportunity to come to United States and study, become a registered nurse, and serve this country, which is my country now because I'm a citizen, for the past 30 years as a registered nurse. And I am hoping that we do give this opportunity to many other people. I am also part of the queer community, and people have to understand that not everywhere in the world we have that kind of freedom and opportunity that we have in United States. The United States was built in the back of immigrants, and when we have these privileges, we cannot forget how we have this life and how we have all this wealth and opportunities. And if I was to be turned back home, my punishment is execution.
I'm a resident here of Fresno, Marine Corps veteran. Lived here almost my entire life outside of my military service. I'm just here today to show my support for my neighbors. I don't find my undocumented neighbors as my domestic enemies. So I'm just here to show support. I have an opinion that if the administration is going to withhold money from California, then us being a donor state, what's the point of being in the union? If us seceding would save us roughly $80 billion. Yeah. You know, I love my country, I fought for it, but this isn't the country that I fought for. I work at the VA, not as an employee, but as a disabled veteran. I'm in a program there, and I talk with other veterans there, and a lot of us have the same opinion. I actually deployed with 2-7, the unit that Trump sent into LA, and I mean, those boys have a mission that's different than law enforcement. Yeah. I know they got some crash course training and stuff like that, and I know they'll do their job, but I think it was a bridge too far to send Marines, especially a Unit 2-7, an infantry battalion, that is, their whole role is training other Marines to deploy as well, so they're always ready. So sending those Marines down to LA was a bridge too far. With veterans, you know, they cut a lot of stuff at the VA. It takes a lot longer to get seen at the VA. A lot of people are struggling just to navigate the VA system. And with the Trump cuts, it's gotten a lot worse. And that's just not me experiencing that. That's me talking with other veterans. I have a service animal. So I'll go down to VA and we'll just go and we'll hang out with veterans in the waiting room and stuff like that, and we'll talk. And a lot of these older veterans, you know, like the time it's taking to get seen, they don't got. So it's just, and I understand a lot of snowflakes don't feel responsible for an avalanche, but we can clearly see definitively what the issue is, and it's we're cutting things that ought not be cut and giving breaks to people who ought not to get breaks. So we're seeing the hypocrisy right now, and this isn't the direction we want to see our country go. And what's beautiful about this is today is it's peaceful, it's bipartisan, and every walk of creed and religion and colors out here. We're all Americans, you know, we all fear for our neighbors. This country makes it really hard to become a citizen. And because of that, you know, people have to go under the table, and those people get exploited in our society. You know, like there's no recourse if they get exploited by their employer and stuff like that. And so to us now to say, hey, you're in the wrong for existing, that's reminiscent of a different time in a different country.